Jai. So my obeisances to everyone. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanang pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. And for all of us, we pray to Srila Prabhupada for his blessings, his presence, and his empowerment. Ma'am Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitanamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Vicharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskacha Deshitarane.
And our obeisances to you, Gurudev. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Narahari Das Gurudevi Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesh Shunyavadi Pasaya Deshitarane. Jai Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. So it's great to be with everyone. And Padmalochan's here also. Sweet. So before we move on with some of the questions, I think we only have 3 at this point. Maybe some will come with those more questions. Padmalochan always has an easy, a friendly, a guru-friendly question. Sometimes others give me more complicated questions, like, Ellie gave me a question last night that I just couldn't stop thinking about the question. It was a wonderful question. It just, every moment I was thinking about how to answer that question and kind of going into my connecting with Krishna and this. Anyway, it's a nice question. So we're going to have fun with all of those. Does anyone have anything you wanted to share before we get going with any epiphanies or anything special that you experienced since we last met that you wanted to share? Okay, then let's proceed with questions, and then I'm going to warn Ganesham and or Sandhya, someone from a representative from the family, or even Sahash. Then we're expecting a question, and Padmalochan, certainly, and maybe if Shita has a question, that would be cool. But anyway, let's start with the ones we have. Well, actually, the one that really came in first was a question from yesterday's class that we never got to. We didn't get to any questions because we got into a very sweet, albeit controversial subject that we had to, at the end, decide that we can't we can't publish this. We can't. So Nitai, don't look for yesterday's class because it was something very sweet, and one day we'll share it. But it was something that we're going to hold. We're going to put on hold for now, and save that for the future. And once we eventually tell it, you'll understand why we wanted to keep it sealed. But it was very sweet and interesting. It was interesting to figure out how to get something accomplished the best way. Okay, and because I have a little bit of pirate in my blood, we had different ways to look at it. So we had fun with it. Okay. All right. So let's start with Rasika Pajari's question that we didn't get to yesterday. Hare Krishna Gurudev, please get my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. My question is, when Krishna repeatedly says, act, but offer the results to me, what does Krishna mean when he says to offer the results to me? How do I understand this? Your servant, Rasika Pujari. Okay, so, well, the obvious one we can picture in our mind. So let's all picture Rasika Pujari. He's looking up in a mango tree. He's out in the orchard. He's looking up in a mango tree. And he's looking for a mango, but there's no mangoes. And then all of a sudden he discovers, oh my God, wait a minute, there's one. There's one nice ripe mango, but it's above his head. He can't get to it. So he goes into the garage, and Rasika Pujari comes out with a big folding ladder, and he goes up the tree, and he grabs the mango, and very carefully it's ripe. So a ripe mango, comes off pretty easy, right? So he's got this beautiful ripe mango, and then he very carefully walks, and he's got that in one hand. So he's going careful. He's coming down this tall ladder, and he gets down to the ground, and he's got the mango. And what's he going to do with it? Is he gonna bite right into it? Rasika Pujari, please tell us. You've got this. You're in the mango orchard. You've got the mango. Oh, look who's there, Leela. Hare Krishna, Leela. Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming. We like when you come and visit us. Thank you for being here, my dear. Beautiful child. So, Rasika Pujari, are you going to take your
Yes.
penknife out? Are you going to take your knife out and eat it?
Why offer the mango when you can offer the tree to Krishna?
Because Krishna can't eat the tree. He doesn't eat the tree.
Krishna will make the mangoes grow even more.
But he
Your
doesn't
your
eat the
example
trees. He doesn't.
yesterday, your example yesterday, Gurudev, how do you know if a guru is good? I don't remember exactly what you said, but if the tree is
Okay,
fruiting flowers.
okay, let's go back to that. Okay, so what he's bringing us to, I would say, wait and listen to the yesterday's talk, but we had a regular class, and then we just had some very interesting discussion, and um, and it was ultimately how the best way we could serve the deities. That was the ultimate purpose of what we were talking about. But we couldn't publish it. But what's the best way to serve the deities? And many different deities. We'll get to that. So we were talking about yesterday. Someone asked Prabhupada the question. He said, Prabhupada, how can we tell if a guru is bona fide? And Prabhupada answered the question by saying, well, it's like a tree. If a tree is bearing sweet fruits, if it's making sweet fruit, then we know it's bona fide. But let's say the tree is making very bitter fruits, very toxic fruits, maybe not even fruits. It's got, it has like poisonous leaves and so on. Then not a good tree. But if it's making fruit, then we know it's just like Prabhupada came to America. He was so bona fide. He made so many disciples, right? And good disciples, not bad disciples. So he made so many really good disciples that Krishna consciousness got spread all over the world. But it all came from him. Okay, so that's one answer to how do we know if a guru is bona fide? We can just tell by the disciple, tell by the fruit. So, okay, but that wasn't this question for today. That was a question yesterday, right?
Yes, I would offer the fruit to Krishna, Gurudev.
Okay, so
The
you're going to
mango.
offer to Krishna. Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
So that's real obvious. What does it mean when Krishna says offer the fruits to me? So now we have to expand our mind a little bit and think there's other kinds of fruit that comes from our actions, but it isn't the kind of fruit that you put on a plate and eat it. A mango is obvious. That's fruit. Now, let's say, for example, I'm giving this class right now. And I prayed to Prabhupada to empower me. I prayed to Prabhupada to empower everyone, that we are all empowered in his presence. So if things go well, which it seems like they are and they will, then at the end of this, some of us have asked really good questions. Some of us have made interesting comments. But ultimately, the real issue is that we're going to take, or you may say, hey, Narahari, you gave a really nice class. Immediately, all this is another type of fruit. We hand it to Krishna. We turn it right over. We don't take any credit for anything. That's why Krishna told Arjuna, Nimitta matra bhava sabhisachin. Nimitta matra means to become my instrument. Because Krishna said right just before that, Mayai mete nitin purvameva, that I've already really killed everybody on the battlefield. I've already done it, but I want you to go and be my instrument. But Arjuna knows that the success was already done by Krishna. So everything we do, we offer to Krishna. Rasika Bajari, how about if somebody comes up to you? Rasika Bajari is quite a Bajari, and he's really good at making the deities look like, I mean, the temples are fighting over him, to come and dress our deities, dress our deities, dress our deities. So if somebody comes up and says, Rasika, this is amazing. You are so talented. You're the best. What are you going to do?
Oh, it's
You're
not.
gonna
I'm not even the
just gloat
doer.
in that, huh?
No, I'm not even the doer, Gurudev.
Well, you are the doer.
It's all glories to my spiritual master. Without his causeless mercy, I can't even approach the deities. I don't even have a chance at doing an offering without offering to my spiritual master first.
Correct. So the idea is that you are doing, but you're empowered. You couldn't do, even every species of life is empowered to do what it does. What to speak of devotees in devotional activities. Because we know from the Bhagavad Gita, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudatma kartahamiti manyate. Krishna says that everyone thinks they're the doer, but they're really not doing anything. For example, everybody raise your hand, please. Everyone raise your hand. I want to see everyone's hand up. Okay, you can put your hands down. Now, how many people actually lifted their hand? Well, we could say we lifted it. In one sense, we did. But the reality is, we're a little tiny soul somewhere in the region of the heart. The illusion is it's not an illusion. The hand did go up, but the illusion is that we lifted it. Correct? We're all we can do is desire. We can't even really do. Our hand will go up, but we can't take any credit for it. Even modern science, they know, so the brain, for example, it's so complicated. They don't even can't even figure out how it's working. How you have this desire, and then from that desire it goes out to all the muscles and it goes up. The illusion is that we're lifting our hands, but we really aren't. It's going up, and we feel some sensation as if we're doing it, but we really aren't doing it. But the illusion that it's all facilitated by one thing, and that's the false ego. I am the doer. I am this. I am that. Is that right? Also in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that there's 5 factors for every action. And I'm wondering if our very precocious Ellie knows the answer to this. She seems to know everything. It kind of scares me. She knows too much. She hasn't been around long enough, and she's can answer all kinds of complicated questions. I've never seen anybody like Ellie. She's a yogi from the past. Ellie, can you remember what are the 5 factors in the Bhagavad Gita? There's 5 things for something for an action to take place.
I don't think I can remember this one. Sorry.
All right. Okay. You'll start to get it. Does anybody want to answer this question? The 5 factors.
I think I remembered. One was the super soul,
Yeah. Yes.
time, karma.
No.
No.
Those are no, okay. Those are the 5. Those are the 5 subjects of the Bhagavad Gita.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5 subject matters. Well, okay, let's finish that then. There's 5 subject matters. This is mentioned in the introduction to the Bhagavad Gita. There's 5 subjects that the Bhagavad Gita deals with. So one of them was the Lord. And what are the other 4?
Prakriti Sama.
What?
Karma.
Yes.
Time.
Yes.
Prakriti.
Yes.
I don't remember another one.
The individual, the desirer, the person that's desiring. I'm sorry, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. I'm going back to the other subject. Okay, it's I think we probably mentioned them all. The Lord. Oh, I know we missed the jiva. The jiva. So there's the Lord, God. There's the jiva, all the other living entities, prakriti, karma, and time. So those are the 5 subjects of Bhagavad Gita. Who can repeat that? Who can repeat the 5?
Okay,
Nitai?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Yes.
no, go ahead, Prabhu. Go ahead.
Okay, it is the time, Lord, Jiva, Karma, time, and Prakriti.
Did you get them all? One more time.
Lord, the God, the Bhagwan, the Jiva, the
Right.
Karma, the time, and the Prakriti.
Correct. Yep. So those are the 5 subjects of Bhagavad Gita. And of course, in my opinion, when we read the Bhagavad Gita, it's not like equal. It's not like 1/5 talks about time, 1/5 talks about. It's actually the preponderance or the most of the discussion is about the Lord and the jiva. Those 2 are the main things it talks about. Then maybe under that would be karma. There's a lot talked about karma and prakriti, material nature, the difference between the soul and matter. That's definitely covered. And time. Krishna says, but there's not a whole lot really talked about at the time. It's there though. Krishna says, that kalasmi, that I am time, and I've come to engage everyone except for the Pandavas, or that I'm sorry, that death. I'm death personified. So anyway, there the Krishna primarily talks about the Lord and the jiva and its relationship and devotion and so on. But anyway, those are the five subjects. And so then again, so we're going to go back now to the 5. What are the 5 things for action to take place?
The body.
Not the doer.
One is the body.
One is the body.
Yeah, if somebody wants to say the other ones.
The another. I don't know. I'm not sure, Gurudev. Is that a doer?
No. Well, let me just say them. I'm sorry.
Endeavor and the endeavorer.
The endeavorer. Yeah, there's got to be someone. The endeavorer. someone to endeavor. That's us. We are the endeavorer. Like when remember I just asked you for your arm to go up? Okay, so how did that arm go up? We are the soul, right? And we're the desirer. We have a body. The body has senses, and then ultimately it's a super soul. So it's the body. See if I get this right. The body, the senses, the endeavor, the endeavorer, and ultimately Daivin Chaivatva Panchamam, and ultimately the super soul, or Krishna. 5 factors for reaction. Endeavor, body, senses, and then ultimately the Lord. So we really, when our hand goes up, we really aren't doing anything, but it's just an incredible illusion. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't, to get through the day, that we aren't thinking. I mean, I think you'd go crazy if we thought that, well, I'm not doing anything. And, you know, when Ellie runs after her child, Leela, you know, she's like Mother Jasoda. She's going to catch a little baby and take care of it, to take care of her. But so we're kind of thinking we're doing. But at the end of the day, we know that I really wasn't able to do anything. It's just this kind of illusion going on. So, okay. So anyway, there's lots of ways to offer whatever we do. We offer to Krishna. There's another verse in the Bhagavad Gita which is helpful, where Krishna says, "Yet karoshi yet ashnasi yet jahosi dadasiyat yet tapasvasi kunteya tat karushva arpanam." Krishna says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer and give away, whatever sacrifices you perform, do it for me. Rasika, that is offering to Krishna.
Yes, Gurudev. Thank you for that verse.
And even if we do something with good intention, but by Krishna's arrangement, it fails, we can even offer that to Krishna because the intention was good. We offer everything to Krishna. The fruit of everything, there's fruit, and we offer to Krishna. Whether it's a sweet fruit or not a sweet fruit, we'll offer to Krishna, ultimately. In those, it may not seem sweet to us, but it's sweet for Krishna. If you tried to dress the deities really nicely, but for whatever reason, somebody, let's say somebody in India made a nice outfit for your deities, and you're putting it on, but it just doesn't fit well, right? And you did the best you can, right? But it just, everybody's looking at it, it just doesn't look good. But anyway, you dressed them, you did the best you could, but you can offer that. Still, Krishna's very pleased with you. He's pleased with your endeavor. We offer to Krishna. We offer everything to Krishna. We don't offer Krishna our nonsense. That's another story, another subject. But anything we do with sincerity, we offer to Krishna. So I especially think that way, giving this class, that I pray to Krishna to empower me, and when I see looks on people's faces and smiles that they're getting it, then that's very sweet. I offer that all to Krishna. Okay, so let's go on to another one. And we have a really cool question that Nitai gave us. And he says, I've been reflecting on the history of Dronacharya and Ekalavya. By the way, No, let's just read on. Despite being rejected by Dronacharya, Ekalavya maintained unwavering faith. Okay, he maintained unwavering faith, sculpted a statue of his guru, and achieved mastery in archery through focused devotion. When Dronacharya ultimately requested Ekalavya's right thumb, by the way, Ekalavya, Eka means one, Lavya is a thumb. He only had one thumb. He gave his thumb. I'm going to explain that for those that aren't up to speed on this. Ekalavya's right thumb as Guru Dakshin to ensure that he would not surpass Arjuna. Ekalavya complied without hesitation. Wanted to hear your realizations and how Ekalavya could maintain such faith and obedience after being rejected, such faith to his guru's order, sacrificing everything, etc. Okay, so let me explain this to everybody so they can follow the story. Dronacharya was a Brahmin, and he knew the military arts better than anyone. He was a master at military arts, fighting and so on. And he trained only the very royal personalities. His duty was to train all the Kauravas, both sides, the Pandavas, and both sides of the battle of Kurukshetra. They were trained by Dronacharya. Incredible. There was one special thing that he wanted to achieve. I'm not quite sure how this came about, but it's one thing that he part of his duty was to make Arjuna the greatest archer. So now there's one person, his name was Ekalavya. I don't think he had that name at that time, but he was watching the training going on. This is the master ultimate trainer. And he was watching from a distance because he was actually like a lower caste. So he wasn't royal. He was a lower caste. So, but from a distance in the forest, he was watching what was going on. And the guru for everyone was Dronacharya. So he wanted Dronacharya to be his guru. So what he did was he got clay and he made a statue of Dronacharya, and he worshipped that statue. He actually went and requested for Dronacharya to accept him, but he wouldn't accept him. So he made his own deity of the guru, and he worshipped the deity. Now, when at one point, Dronacharya, he found out what a great bowman that Ekalavya had become. So in order that he would not, because he learned this all from Dronacharya, but so that he would not defeat Arjuna, he asked for his thumb. And without any hesitation, because he's thinking, this is my guru, he cut his thumb off and he gave it to his guru. Okay, so where do we go with all this? Actually, Ekalavya, the bottom line is Ekalavya never was accepted by Dronacharya. Therefore, he really wasn't his guru. He accepted him as his guru, but it has to be mutual. He was acting independently. So he is not really to be glorified. That's the bottom line. He's not to be glorified. And he really wasn't. Now, the way you wrote your question, Nitai, it was almost assuming as if it was his guru. And you even called the thumb Dakshin. But he was not initiated.
Right.
And so Prabhupada takes this story and he makes it really, really clear that there has to be a mutual acceptance. The disciple has to accept the guru, and the guru has to accept the disciple. And just like in a marriage, how many men do you think fell in love with some gal, but she doesn't love him back? I mean, it's never going to work, right? So it's kind of like that. It has to be mutual. And I want to read something that Prabhupada said. Let me find it. Take me a minute. Quote from Prabhupada. Let's see. Getting close. I can't find it. No, it's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is a quote from Prabhupada. One must approach a bona fide spiritual master and be accepted. Otherwise, it is like Ekalavya. So since it's so long to find it, I'll say it again. One must approach a bona fide spiritual master and be accepted. Otherwise, it is like Ekalavya. So does that help answer your question?
Yes, Gurudev. Yeah. But would you say, because the narration, like how it's been told, is Dronacharya like did become proud of.
Oh, he was proud. He was proud of him. He was proud of him, but he wasn't his guru.
Right. But he's still
Because of Dharma, he could not train him. He could not accept him. He was a lower class. And this is, way back in, now, guru will accept, anyone, any class, etc. But for whatever reasons, dharmically, he could not accept him.
Right.
But he appreciated him. But it doesn't mean it was his guru.
And for the same reason, for the dharma, like he asked for the thumb, because his duty was to make Arjuna the best archer.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you.
He kind of cheated. He cheated. He wasn't supposed to be there. He was off in the distance watching in the forest, but he was kind of cheating. Okay, and now we've got Ellie's question. This is a great one. Okay, we often hear that Lord Chaitanya is the most merciful form of Krishna, since he gave us the Maha Mantra. and since he came to save all the fallen souls. However, I also hear sometimes that Lord Jagannath is a most merciful incarnation, since he leaves his abode in the temple to go outside and see everyone in the streets, giving darshan to all. What are your thoughts? Well, first of all, Ellie and everyone, both Lord Chaitanya and Lord Jagannath are unlimitedly merciful. I mean, we're dealing in some, it's like some unlimited space. At the same time, I'm going to make some comments, even though they're both unlimitedly merciful. We could certainly say that Lord Jagannath left the temple, and out of his mercy, he went out there. This is not normally done, right? Deities don't leave the temple. Rasika Pujari, have you ever seen maybe there's some
No,
cases where they do take the deities out.
yeah, Gurudev. Usually deities don't leave the temple.
Okay, right. Okay. So only Jagannath leaves. But
Yes, once a year.
once a year. This is
Yeah.
once a year he goes. Once a year he comes out and he goes out and people see him and they can take the blessings or not take the blessings, but he's out there. And just seeing him is very, very purifying. Now, Lord Chaitanya, however, Lord Chaitanya came and spent his whole life, his whole life basically was bringing the Yuga Dharma. And Lord Chaitanya didn't just go, if you want my blessings, I'll give them. Lord Chaitanya went a step deeper. Lord Chaitanya begged them, begged people, beg, please take it, take it, take it. Take the blessings. How many people know the song Jeev Jago? Jeev Jago, Jeev Jago, Goda Chandra Bole, Kota Nidra Jayo Maya, Pishachira Kole. Everyone heard the song? Okay, now listen to this line. Lord Chaitanya saying, Eneche Ashodimaya, Nashi Borolagi, Harinam Mahamantra Loy Tumi Magi. So he's saying, Eneche Ashodimaya. I brought the medicine. Oshadi means it like an herb. Enechi Ashodimaya. Nashi Borolagi. That will wipe out all illusion. And what is it? Harinam Mahamantra Loy Tumi. That means please take. Please take. Loy Tumi. And then he says, Magi, I'm begging you to take it. I'm begging you to take it. Lord Chaitanya looked for every possible trick to, Lord Chaitanya's begging us. He made the Panchatattva broke into the storehouse of love of God. So to distribute to anyone, Lord Chaitanya told Haridas Thakur and Lord Nityananda when they went out preaching, he said, Patra patra vichur nahi nahi stanastan, jai jana poitana kori premadan. He said that a patra, whether it's someone is totally unqualified, whether they're qualified or totally unqualified. Patra patra vichur, it means to consider. Don't consider. Stanastan. And it doesn't matter where they are. Even in a bar, even in a house of prostitution, anywhere. He's begging them. Patra patra vichur nahi nahi stanastan. Jai jana poitana kori premadan. He's giving out premadan. He's giving out Krishna prem. Anyone you can find. Just give it to them freely. It doesn't matter what their qualifications are. And now another thing. So we have prayer in our Gaudiya line. Everybody understand when I say the word Gaudiya line? Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta, it goes back to Lord Chaitanya, specifically Lord Chaitanya, not Krishna. Of course, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. He's Radha and Krishna combined. So it's going back to Lord Chaitanya, who's really, really, really given the mercy. But even more merciful than Lord Chaitanya is who?
Lord Nityananda.
Lord Nityananda. So Narottam Das Thakur, he sings, Hano Nitai Vine Bai, Radha Krishna Paite Nai, Dridakari, Doro Nitai Pai. I'm not fluent in Bengali, but I'm doing my best here. Hano Nitai Vine Bai. So he's saying, without, Bai means brother. Oh, my dear brother. So he's speaking, he's telling everyone. Bai means brothers, sisters, everyone. Hano Nitai Vine Bai. Without Lord Nityananda, Radha Krishna Paite Nai. Paite means to achieve. Nai means not. You cannot achieve or approach Radha Krishna. Hano Nitai Vine Bai, Radha Krishna Paitane. Without Lord Nityananda, you cannot even approach Radha Krishna. Therefore, he says, Daro Nitai, Radha Krishna Paitane. Dridakori Doranita. Dridakori means to hold very firmly. Drida means firm. Dridakori, hold firmly. Dridakori Doronitai Pai, the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. So Lord Nityananda is really the most merciful. And then we have the prayer that we always say every day. Namo Mahabharanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Tishe Namaha. That we're worshiping Lord Chaitanya because he's most magnificent. So Jagannath is unlimitedly merciful. But I would say, because the question was asked to me and I'm trying to train my students, we're really after Lord Nityananda's lotus feet and Lord Chaitanya. And this is our whole line. We're Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Jagannath is great. We have a big festival every year for Lord Jagannath. It's a one-time shot. And you get great, great, great benefit by that. But Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya are begging people, take it, take it, take it. And Lord Chaitanya and Lord Chaitanya's devotees, they blur the line of free will. It gets blurred. It gets blurred. Say someone really hates Krishna, is really demoniac, but you trick him with a pakora. Here, eat this nice pakora. Eat this nice ladu. Eat this glub jamun. We're Prabhupada's. I heard out of Prabhupada's mouth when he was in Miami. He said that prasadam is our greatest weapon because it's a sneaky weapon. They can't even see it. They don't know what's coming. I'm gonna raise my hand for Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda above Jagannath, even though Lord Jagannath's unlimitedly merciful.
Gurudev, could you talk about Patita Pavana?
Well, Patita Pavana worked well for me, I think, and others. That Patita means fallen, and he's a savior. Pavan, he's a savior of the fallen. So if you're really fallen, you get special. He comes first. He's a savior of the most fallen. Just like, for example, let's say there's a war going on in the battlefield. There's some people that are wounded, and some people that are practically ready to die. You don't even know if they're going to live or not. They look like they're just going to die. So normally you save the people that you can save. You don't worry about those that look like they're going to die. So you save those you have limited facility, save those that look like they're going to make it. But Lord Nityananda says, the most fall, those that are like the worst, they get special mercy. It's Patita Pavana. He's kind of a madman. Especially Lord Nityananda is really a madman. Lord Nityananda is an avadhuta. He'll show up without any clothes on. You know this? He's an avadhuta. When he goes swimming, he dives in with the alligators and crocodiles. He doesn't know anybody. He's a madman. But he's mad with love of God. So anyway, Ellie, does that help?
Yes, thank you, Gurudev.
Yeah, it was a really fun question. I couldn't stop thinking about it. But we do have to start with Jagannath is unlimitedly merciful. There's no limit to it. So it kind of doesn't make sense materially because there's always, good, better. There's always like, there's no the best of. It doesn't. There's no more than one best in the material world. In the spiritual world, there is. So it's mercy's it's unlimited. It's unfathomable. But I'm giving my vote to Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, and specifically Lord Nityananda, which is why Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda are standing up on my altar with their hands open. Now I do have Jagannath on my altar too, but my real focus is Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Jagannath's cool. I mean, it's very cool having him there. I mean, he's cool. And you know why he looks so funny? Elliot, I'm going to see if you can answer this question. Why does he look so funny?
What do you mean funny?
Well, he looks weird. I mean,
Oh, because it's the depiction of Lord Krishna and Balaram and I'm blanking on his
Subhadra, Lady Subhadra.
Subhadra. Yeah. All hearing about Lord Krishna's pastimes with the gopis and their arms are sucked into their body and their
This gal
eyes are
knows
wide
she knows too
open.
much. She knows too much for being around for a short period of time, and definitely a yogi from the past. Yeah, they were experiencing Mahabhav. That happened to Lord Chaitanya. When we read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya's arms and legs, they would go into his body. When he was caught in the net of the fishermen, he couldn't even tell it was a person. It was just an ecstatic. He went diving into the basically the Bay of Bengal, but he thought it was a Jamuna River. He was out running out and he's grabbing sand dunes and thinking it's Govardhan Hill, and he went in the water and he the fisherman didn't even know what it was. But those are times. Yeah, yeah. So that's Lord Jagannath's wonderful. I love having him on my altar. But my prayers, when I pray to the Lord to, take away my material desires and take away I can't do it on my own. I can't get rid of them. But Balaram's famous for that, for helping us get rid of anarthas. And guess what? Lord Nityananda is Balaram. So I'm really praying to my deities, to Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda especially, to please, let me have, fun at spiritual life and have everyone having fun, because devotional service should be joyful. not dry and stiff, joyful. I remember when I first came to Hawaii. Can anybody see the picture? I don't know where you're seeing the picture. You see the picture of the boat? It says Hare Krishna on the boat. Can everyone see that? So that was a boat I had donated to the temple, and sailed that boat back here from the mainland. And we put on festival after festival after. We sailed all around the islands with that boat. Look what we did to the sails. We put Hare Krishna on it. And we sailed from island to island, putting on wonderful programs, because we could take a lot of people out on that boat. We take them out, and we'd have amazing kirtans with pots and pans and whatever. We got everybody involved. It was so much fun. We had just so much fun. We had a Gurukula. We took the Gurukula kids out, took them out in the boat, and just had just such spiritual fun. Look at Lord Chaitanya and his associates. They had fun all the time. They went swimming and had like chicken fights, and yeah. So I mean, it should be fun. Cowherd boys they're always having fun. And that's really our nature, is to be happy and joyful and so on. Okay, was that all the questions? I think so. All right. We're Ganesham and family. Who has a question?
Sahaj, you have a question for Gurudev?
Shita has a question. She just raised her hand.
Who can wear Tulsi beads?
What about Tulsi beads?
Yes. Is it required vegetarian people can wear Tulsi beads only?
I'm not fully understanding the question.
What qualification do you need to wear Tulsi beads on your neck? What's
Was
the
that the
qualification?
question?
Yes.
Oh, that's what.
Actually, I
Thank
make Tulsi earrings, and so after I feel guilt inside, and so I have questioned this.
Oh, I see. Well, I can't really quote anything from Shastra or Scripture, but my position would be anyone who's wearing Tulsi is going to be benefit. Tulsi's really, really, really merciful. She can bestow love of God. And I would say if you make jewelry and you make it with Tulsi and people are going to wear, I would tell them that this is sacred. And I might have fun with it. I might say, "Oh, I will sell you these beads. They're very sacred, but I want you have to say this mantra at least one time for me." And then have them say the mantra, and then now they're purified. And try, and like I have, everywhere I go, oops, someone came yesterday to detail the inside of my car. And I never met him before. He came and did a detailing. He walked out of here with a Science of Self-Realization book and the mantra, and I made him sit down and we sang together in front of the deities. He'd never met a Hare Krishna before. So on the back of my card, it's got the Maha Mantra. So you get some cards and on your card, do the Maha Mantra and just say, "Let me hear you say the mantra," and then give them say this at least once every day. But yeah, I don't see any harm. They should know it's sacred.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I'll bet you'll get different opinions from different people. Some people say, no, they got to be a devotee. But Tulsi's very merciful. So, but I would tell them what it is. I'd get them to say the mantra that clears that clears the whole record, and use it as an opportunity to preach. So that's one thought. But I guarantee you ask other senior devotees, you're going to get some different answers. I mean, in India, you go to the what, I don't know what they're called, the people that make all the beads, all different kinds of beads. They sell them to anyone. But anyone can have. So yeah, I mean, I think it's quite safe, beautiful to have Tulsi beads. I don't like wearing jewelry. I have no jewelry at all except this, my beads. I don't like fancy stuff on me. Some people, they get, and I'm not criticizing at all, they get like little gold things or silver things that go between the beads, and they look, they could look really beautiful. But I don't like anything fancy. The only other thing I wear is a watch, so I know what time to be here for the class. And this, I just started wearing. This is an emergency thing that has all my information, who I am, what hospital I belong to. Don't resuscitate me. Because I go out kayaking or sailing alone. And if something happens and I get hurt and someone finds me, then know, oh yeah, they have all the information here. Emergency contact. Otherwise, they'd never know who I am. How would they ever know? Because I don't have a wallet with me. So my doctor suggested I have a emergency band, so they'll know. Anyway, but yeah, I like. That's a great question. Thank you for that question about Tulsi. Does anybody have a different opinion on that? But honey, again, if you ask different seniors, you might get different answers. But I'm kind of a liberal. No, give them. It's wonderful if they'll have Tulsi by them. It's very sacred, very purifying. But we're right at the top of the hour. Anyone else have a question? Love questions.
Abhishek and Nirma Mataji joined us after a long time. Well, I'm seeing them after a long time, Gurudev. They have easy questions for Gurudev.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. I have a question. You were talking about Yat Karoshi Yat Jhosi verse.
Yes.
So many times it happens. In past, definitely we did everything for ourselves or people. The actions were not to please Krishna. Today, even after knowing, many times we forget. It's not that whole day, every action we do it for pleasure of Krishna. But once a while, that remembrance is there. Oh, I wish I did this only to please Krishna. So at that moment, how to offer all our actions which are done in the past to Krishna? Is there any way the past actions are offered to Krishna? And if there is, how do I understand that? Yeah, Krishna.
Well, it's funny. I've never read anything in scripture about that, offering something in the past, going back. But I would say that it's normal. It's normal to not think at every moment that I'm doing. We're not always remembering Krishna. That's normal until we become a pure devotee. So it's a gradual process that just, keep your hands in the fire and do some chanting, whatever your devotional practices are. And gradually you'll get to the point where you can't not think of Krishna. It's impossible. It's impossible. I mean, the gopis can't think of anything but Krishna. I mean, they may be going around looking for some fruits for them, or dressing, make themselves, but it's all for Krishna. They can't. That's Krishna consciousness, and that will come gradually. It'll come gradually. We can't, artificially. We just do. We're in Vaidhi Bhakti. So, are you chanting on beads some? On japa beads?
No, I don't.
That'd be a good thing too. Who is mentoring you? Are you in Virginia with
Right now,
Parampara?
no,
Where
there is.
are you living? Where are you living?
We are in Bay Area, but we'll be moving to Mountain View, and she has gone to Mountain View Temple couple of times.
Well, come to our classes.
Once.
We have classes like this every Friday and Saturday. But I'm happy to meet with you. Maybe we should get together. Let me give you my contact information. And I'd like to spend some time, just the three of us together, where I can talk to you and find out more where you're at. And we can start making this work. We can start taking you closer and closer up to Krishna. It's what I love doing.
Yes, Maharaj, we have your contact information. Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Gurudev, they used to live in
Kapilari.
Sacramento. They used to live in Sacramento, Gurudev.
Okay, great.
Before,
So
yes.
send me.
You just have to encourage them to chant.
Well, send me a text. Well, I think we need to sit down and talk. I got to see the whole picture, and then before we can advise what you should do and where to go from here. But I'm happy to help you if you're interested. It will be my greatest joy, a great honor and privilege to serve you in any way I can. So contact me and let's get together on Zoom and we can chat, and then I can make some suggestions when I know more about what your past is and so on.
Yes, ma'am.
But we'll come up with something very practical. Something practical. You don't have to change your whole life, just something to add and to gradually bring it from wherever you are. Because obviously you're very sincere, you wouldn't be here today. So we're so pleased that you've come. So get in. Let's get together, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
We'll set a time that works for you and works for me. And that, by the way, that goes for anyone. I'm happy to meet with anyone and share. I just pray to the deities, and it's just coming from them. It's coming from the deities, no Gornitai and Prabhupada. I'm just like a speaker. A speaker can play beautiful music, but it's really the musician that played it and recorded it, and the speaker is doing it, but it didn't have anything to do with making the beautiful music. So whatever I have to offer you, it's coming down the pike. It's coming from ultimately from my spiritual master. Okay, everyone. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Gurudev.
This was a lot of fun. And Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna to everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Very well.